Hello and happy Thursday to you, dear viewer. My name is Crystal. This is Three Things on Thursdays. I don't know why I always do three like this instead of like this. I have no idea. But it is a video where I'm going to talk about three things that I have been reading, watching, and listening to this past week. Double size! Not just one book, but two. There were two books that I read this past week. Well, there were more than that, but I'm going to talk about two instead of just one. Kick-Ass, Volumes 2 and 3 by Mark Miller, John Romita Jr. Holy smokes. If you haven't read these and you like just insanely violent, vulgar, coming-of-age, real-life superhero and not just the, like, I have $1 bazillion, Batman. And I'm going to be a superhero, and now I am. But like hey, I want to be a superhero, but I'm not trained, and I'm going to get beaten up all the time and stabbed and shot at and try and fight back. And these books are for you if you haven't read them. So if you don't mind profanity, because there's a lot of it, and you don't mind blood in your comics, because again, there's a lot of it, then maybe you should pick up the Kick-Ass books. There's actually a volume 1, 2, and 3, and then there's like a prelude of Hit Girl that comes before, that should be read before volume 2. I didn't, and I still really enjoy the story. So if you just want to expand your understanding of the characters, then you can pick up all the Hit Girl books and read those. But without it, it's just teenagers that are taking down like real life mobsters and crooked cops, and it's bloody, it's gory, it's insane. It's a quick read because it's just, you keep turning the pages to see what the heck is going on, and it's a lot of fun. So that's what I read this past week. Watching, I could talk about The King's Man, the movie that is actually a whatever that word is, before the Kingsman movies, the two that came out a couple years ago. It's like the founding of the Kingsmen. And there's Rasputin, which I wanted more of Rasputin, if I'm being honest. Again, I think the trailer tricked me and made me think that it was like fighting Rasputin the entire time, and then it wasn't. So that was kind of a bummer. But that's okay. It was a good movie. It had all the action. It had the great fight scenes. I liked the first two better, though. It didn't live up to that for me. But I've also been watching a bunch of, this is just double shots all the time. I've also been watching a bunch of interview clips of Robin Williams on talk shows, specifically when he would go on Craig Ferguson. My wife loves Craig Ferguson. If she could, he would still have a nightly show, and she would watch it every single night. I agree. Of what I've seen, he's hysterical. And I love that he doesn't do the, here's the card and here's the questions I'm supposed to ask you because you're here to promote the thing. And so I'm going to ask you questions that lead you into promoting the thing. Because that's the formula for modern talk shows. And it just gets stale. Craig Ferguson was like, nope. And he and Robin Williams would literally just start riffing. And they would just go and have jokes. And they would go into accents. And they would just keep pushing the line of where they were going to go with each other. And they just kept following. Sure, you heard some stuff about some of the things that Robin Williams was working on, but a lot of it was just two insanely hysterical dudes having fun with each other. And because of that, it's just, I miss that man. He had a bunch of great movies, and his stand-up was incredible. And some of his movies really changed the trajectory for me. And it's been great to go back and rewatch those interviews. So if you want some laughs, just type in Robin Williams and Craig Ferguson and just watch the videos that come up, because it guaranteed to get you to laugh. What I've been listening to is actually a bunch of Christian music, because with everything that's happening right now with Russia and Ukraine, I just need some peace. And I find that I feel more peaceful when I'm just trying to rest in God's presence like all the time. So I've been listening to a lot of Christian music, and because of that, I revisited Switchfoot's latest album, which actually came out last year. And I put 3 songs from that CD, which is The Hard Way, If I Were You, and Lost Cause. onto my 3 Things playlist, which you can access by going to beacons.ai/I'm Chris Stahl. You can click the link in my bio or in the comments below, or do all the things, all the places. And you can find them and listen to them that way, and maybe just find some peace yourself. The whole CD is really, really solid. They just know the formula for making good music, and then they go and they make it. So I hope you enjoy those songs. I hope it finds you some peace and that you can feel peaceful in the midst of everything that's happening. And that's going to be it. So as long as everything just stays normal, I'll talk to you next week. Have a great week.